After World War II, Europe did not feel safe. It felt empty. For 6 years, people had lived by alarms, blackouts, and ration cards. When the war ended, those systems vanished overnight, and so did the structure of daily life. These are some reactions captured by Imperial War Museums. The voices belong to people who had diverse experiences of war and victory.
This is the BBC Home Service. Here is the news. During the first few moments of this bulletin, the war in Europe is coming to its official end.
A very great crowd has collected already. Thousands upon thousands of people gathered to share this historic day with the King and Queen. The entire space, the whole roadway, the whole pavement, and the whole scene is one dense mass of people. People in the gayest colors, red, white, and blue rosettes, red, white, and blue hats, streamers, flags.
Here they come. First Her Majesty the Queen, it comes into view, then the King in the uniform of an Admiral of the Fleet, the two princesses standing on the balcony. Listen to the crowd.
We fished out a Union Jack, which we had, which survived the bombing. We hung it outside, and there were bonfires outside, and people dancing in the streets and cheering. The relief was unbelievable. The relief was incredible to think that we would no longer have any bombing, there'd be no more fighting in Europe.
I took a bus to Western-super-Mare. I got off the bus, and a woman ran out of a pub and said, "Jamaican, come on, man, you must drink rum. The war was over." Everybody was happy, jumping about, and a small glass of rum in front of me. And I was glad to be alive. And women were crying. They were going to see their husbands they hadn't seen for 2 years. It was jolly, jolly, jolly.
And everybody was shouting, "We want Winnie." It was fantastic. He came out to the balcony. He saluted to us with his cigar, and he stopped there and said something, and he went back in, and we still fetched him out. And there we got to Buckingham Palace, and it was, "We want Liz. We want George." Oh, it was absolutely fantastic. There were people up lampposts singing "Land of Hope and Glory." There were Yanks there. There were everybody. It was marvellous.
It was great that the killing had come to an end in Europe, but for me it was really a depressing moment, because I suddenly felt all the awful things that have happened to my family and to me. They came very much to the surface.
I seemed to be on my own, relatively so, listening to the radio, and I managed to get something of BBC or whatever service there was at the time. And they were sending a programme from Piccadilly or somewhere in the middle of London, and the cheering. I felt rather alone and quite emotional. In fact, I know I wept.
I hope you enjoyed hearing the opinions of people who experienced the days of war and their victories. Make sure to just leave a like and support me through my journey.